Hello, everyone, nice to meet you. There is Shenzhen Zmotion Technology Company, Limited. In last video, we have already learned basic information about RTSys. RTSys is one free IDE development software for industrial control. Together with our Zmotion motion controllers, you can achieve one-stop-shop development directly. It can develop, compile and debug. For what is RTSys and how to use? Please refer to former one video or RTSys page in Zmotion website. Therefore, today, let's continue. Learn some controllers related functions and debugging tools. And we'll operate one by one in RTSys. This is the RTSys main interface. Here is the menu bar and functions. After connection, related valid functions will be bright. Now, no controller, we connect to simulator. For simulator information and operation, you can know from this video. Then, connected, controller-related functions are these. They can be operated at this time. Let's see one by one. These two are for downloading. For RAM, no more current project after power down. For ROM, it will be saved even power down. Please follow this step to develop one new project. After edited, we can download it. When downloaded, there will be message in output window. Controller state, corresponding window appears. There are 4 kinds of contents. Controller basic information, CAN device information, EtherCAT device information. Because the slot means the bus interface. Generally, Zmotion motion controllers support EtherCAT bus protocol. Communication information. Click it to open the window. The first one, now connected controllers basic parameters. That is, you could know hardware and software parameters. How many axes of now connected controller? How many tasks it supports at most? Register space. Firmware version, controller ID, etc. If you want more and specific parameters, you also can enter *max in command window. Corresponding details will be shown in output window. Please note English characters only for command you will input here. The second one, mainly for CAN devices. This shows connected controller I/O and AIO resources. Next we'll show connected CAN slave devices. That is, CAN I/O and AIO information. The third one, node 0 slot. It will show external devices information connected to controller EtherCAT. Like, ID, access, I/O, AIO. The last one, communication configuration. Mainly about CAN and serial port parameters. Next tool, update the firmware. When your controller can't achieve some functions, try to update the firmware. Download the latest one in advance. Please note the version must be consistent with your controller hardware model. Then browse to find it. Click Update, you will see one pop-up hint immediately. Click OK to reconnect. Also, serial port or Ethernet. After connection, system will show firmware update window automatically. And system has already entered ZBIOS system. That is, the type string will be shown as VPLC516Es BIOS. Please click Update again. It will download the new firmware file. Not close it, until it is OK. When OK, still will appear message in output window. System time, you can check and set the time. Current time is now time. If you want new time, you can set it by yourself or make it same as your PC time. Next one, modify your controller IP address. When you do connection by Ethernet, sometimes you need to modify controller IP. For example, your controller IP and PC IP are not in same segment. Which means, their former 3 IP address are different, it is not valid. Modification is usually done for real controller. Default controller IP address is this. Then enter new IP here. Click OK. Waiting disconnection. Then please connect again. At that time, new IP will be shown in the IP automatically. In RTSys, your program can be protected. There are 3 ways to make sure your intellectual encryption. Number 1, lock the controller. Number 2, make your program as ZAR file. Number 3, make your program as lib file. The first one, lock your controller. Then your controller program can't be modified without password. The password is set by yourself. specifically when you set the password here. Please note enter it twice. Then OK. After that, no way to download and save program even if it is modified. It shows download failed. You need to unlock it with the correct password. The second one, generate your program as ZAR file. ZAR file is a kind of encryption file. In this way, your source codes can't be checked easily. That is, the end user can't check codes. He only can download it into the controller to run the program. This is the ZAR file configuration window. There are two ways to set it. You can also set the password. Or you can bind the program with this controller through controller's IDE. The IDE can be checked through controller state. This parameter. It means the unique ID of the controller. When you use the ID method, problem only can be downloaded into this controller. For other controllers, no way to download and run. The third one, make lib file. It is in File, Make Lib. You select needed program file at first. Then choose the lib file storage position. Click OK. Corresponding file will generate one ZLB format file, which only can check global function definition. The main content can't be known. Okay, basic introduction and operation are shown about these three encryption methods. More details, Zmotion will give one corresponding video for specific information later. Part 3, Debugging Tools. Here shows many tools. There is one very important tool. That is oscilloscope. Let's see it. It can capture data waveform to check program state. Also, compared to ZDevelop, RTSys scope has added some functions. Like, it can superpose the channels. That is, add or subtract channel 1 data and channel 2 data. It is achieved by parameter config. And it can compare waveforms. Let's see main functions of the scope. This is the Start button. There are two triggering methods. Auto trigger or manual trigger. If manual trigger, this can be used to trigger. If auto trigger, please write trigger condition in the program. For display, XYZ mode is added. That is, currently, we have 4 modes. YT normal mode, it shows relationship of time and data. XY mode, see multi-axis interpolation trajectory. XYZ and XYZD are 3D. For them, you also can switch the angle. Watch the data through all kinds of angles. Channels, it supports 8 channels at most and at the same time. Not include the superposition channel. Then, here, you can select whether to show or not. For source, you choose needed data here. Specific data definition, please refer to Basic Manual or RTSys Manual. This, whether to offset the data. Sometimes, too much data, it is not clear to view. You can offset someone for watching conveniently. Also, you can adjust the scale as needed. X scale and Y scale. Except the main functions mentioned. You can configure the observer styles. It can be seen basic configuration. Like, color, font, line type, etc. Select as needed, it will take effect immediately. Okay, let's capture the data of this program. This program moves 2-axis interpolation. We select needed data at first. That is, position and speed of axis 0 and axis 1. In addition, capture output data because there is OP command in the program. Then, click the Start button at first. Download it again. It can be seen it is sampling now. Okay, under YT mode, 5 lines are here with different colors. We can select only 2 data are shown. This is out. It is opened at this position. And it is closed at this position. We can switch it to XY mode. It is one trajectory. Line, arc, and line. In XYZ mode, it also shows as the trajectory. We can adjust the angle randomly. For XYZD mode, number 4 data for one axis. Not valid now. When there are too many trajectories. Not easy to observe clearly. We can set one offset. And also adjust the scale. For more operations, you can refer to RTSys manual or corresponding article. Therefore, we mainly talk about controller-related functions and debugging tools. Welcome you download the RTSys and test it. And any needs of motion controller, please contact us. See you next video.